Ragebait. Ragebait is a colloquially used term to elicit outrage through manipulative tactics just for the love of the game. It was first witnessed in 410 BC when Diogenes shat on a road because he believed ragebaiting through shitting to pursue true freedom. In other words,
shut the f*** up! Nobody cares! You don't even know the spelling of colloquially. And stop talking with that fake accent. You sound stupid.
Dandadan is a gift that just keeps on giving, and with the latest season ongoing, the anime has outdone itself yet again. Season 1 started off with an assault on a minor and ended with an assault on a minor, and looks like season 2 is gonna continue following the trend and has started off with Momo getting assaulted yet again. Oh this kind of thing can turn off a lot of people, and I absolutely understand, but if you're able to approach this anime with an open mind, you'll realize that the same anime is able to treat its female cast better than most animes, with Momo herself being a standout and either Granny Seiko or Granny Turbo being a second. Because who the f would have thought that Granny Seiko would have the presence and also give wisdom on a level comparable to great teacher Onizuka?
面倒見てもらって恩義感じてんならよ、の恩義は他の困ってるやつに返すんだよ。それがお互い様っつうんだろうがよ。
And I don't say that with an exaggeration, but that's not why you clicked on this video. You came here for Okarun's rage-baiting evil eye, and that is exactly what I'm gonna be talking about. But let's talk about how back in the old days, this particular region worshipped a giant snake as their god. The villagers back then offered one child as a sacrifice to satiate the giant snake's hunger so it wouldn't ravish the village through volcanic eruptions. It prevented the volcano from ever erupting, or so it was believed, because this story is told as a cautionary tale of how people get robbed of their logical thinking due to fear, and can lead people to believe in outrageous things and even perform human sacrifices even though the volcano's not erupting was just pure coincidence. And these Keto family have been sacrificing humans in secret to this giant snake for the past 200 years. The giant snake in question ain't even an actual god, it's just an earthworm that grew big because of these Keto family feeding humans to him with superpowers and next to no comprehension of the human speech. But that doesn't matter because what follows after has got to be some of the most disturbing shit I have ever seen. And I've read Kanye's tweets. Because of the earthworm's psychic powers, we see Momo and Okarun trying to off themselves after they saw Conor McGregor's sausage, and Gigi, being the Chad that he is, saves everyone and is caught in his tracks by the earthworm. That is until Evil Eye what the fuck is that? Saves them by using his powers. And what are his powers? Instilling suicide ideation. Same as the earthworm, but you see, he's different because he's got a tragic backstory. I sounded sarcastic as f, but his backstory actually is tragic. Because do you remember when I said that this particular region would sacrifice a child to this giant snake, now giant earthworm? Yeah, Evil Eye just so happens to be one of the many children that got sacrificed in preparation for his death. He was isolated from everyone, without food or water for an unknown period of time. And the only kind of fulfillment he ever got was seeing the other children having fun and mimicking the dance that the kids did in the village. And then the day of the sacrifice arrived. And it just gets worse. He comes back as a ghost and tries to make friends with the new kid in the block. And BAM! The new kid's parents are dead. Another family comes in. BAM! Another set of parents dead. And the kids that get left behind are sacrificed to the giant earthworm by the Keto family. And in a last-ditch attempt to save the bowl-cut kid, he possesses him and now swears revenge on these ugly hentai bastards. This shit's more tragic than finding out Gege Akutami is making a JJK sequel and seeing the subsequent chaos that came after on JJK subreddits after Modulo's release.
As the non-Mojuro enters chat, the non-Mojuro summons.
Oh, this video is about Dandadan. Fast forward and Gigi is now possessed by Evil Eye with an objectively cooler form than before and decides that he wants to destroy all humans on planet. Evil Eye goes for the kill and then... Round 1. Fight! After blocking the direct shot, Okarun uses the Joker throw start tactical retreat, and Evil Eye then Shaolin soccers the ball to hit him, but Okarun runs away just far enough for Momo to escape and call for backup. That's when Evil Eye finally catches up and starts throwing hands like Okarun owes him money, but Okarun dodges him and uses double fisting. Uses both of his fists and prove ineffective, so Okarun makes a run for it one more time like he the chosen undead, but Evil Eye finally uses his head and corners him and perfectly times his attack and traps him in his mini Barbie playhouse and gives Okarun a lifetime of a beating. But what happens after this is some of the most immersion breaking shit I have ever experienced, because he grabs Evil Eye's face and starts talking, and Evil Eye just stands there listening to him for 30 seconds. Now tell me if this felt long. Yeah, this wasn't even 30 seconds. There was still some more talking. Yeah, this scene in particular really ruined my immersion for a moment. Because right after this, Okarun dodges the punch and the knee that comes right after, and in turn gives Evil Eye a lifetime of a beating doing the Saitama squats.
KO!
Evil Eye, being the stubborn guy that he is, wakes up just after some time but is easily beaten by our goat Granny Seiko and is now under control. Oh. Never mind then. I thought there would be something crazy happening because of the slow-mo, and I guess everything seems to be under control. So yeah, the gang now has another problem to deal with, where even a hint of cold water or even normal temperature liquid grazes him, he turns into Evil Eye, and to neutralize that he has to be exposed to warm or hot water. And this disaster happens a total of 3 times, when the 3rd time things truly went out of hand, because Evil Eye knew what to expect this time and put up a barrier before anybody could throw hot water at him, and trapping Momo inside his playhouse where he strangles her with the intention of killing her, but luckily she drank a little bit of that hot water and spat it at him. I say it's this time where things went out of hand, not because of Evil Eye trying to kill Momo, but it was Okarun's reaction to it. He shoves Gigi away like he was still going for the kill, and Gigi made sure to take note of that, because the guilt he felt was clear without him ever uttering a single word. And you can bet that the sleep that night was more awkward than meeting a distant relative who doesn't even speak the same language. And Okarun's guilt for not being powerful enough to stop Evil Eye from hurting Momo prompts Granny Turbo to give Okarun a training arc. Luckily, Granny Turbo offers a training arc for Okarun, and he fights Bach, Mozart, and Sam Smith to gain a power-up, and after defeating the side quest boss, he calls Gigi to come out so he can kick Evil Eye's ass, and with that declaration, now it's time for
Round 2. Fight!
Evil Eye uses AoE and Okarun dodges them and kicks him like he was the finance minister of Nepal, and Evil Eye retaliates with another kick which pushes Okarun back and gives enough time to try fisting each other, but Okarun dodges him again and uses Aoki's special frog punch, which knocks him back again, and recovers and gives Okarun the jumping axe kick, which Okarun again dodges his attack and does a kick up like a Tekken character, already showing Okarun's fast improvement just because he had the right technique, after which they hit an equilibrium for a second right before they go all Dragon Ball Z on each other. But wait, how the fuck is Granny Turbo still hanging on Okarun's back? Isn't she just a toy? Her hand grip's gotta be stronger than the King Dama realistic pocket pussy vagina texture with 7.5-inch depth, lifelike, soft and fleshy texture. And Okarun Tobey Maguire's the homing balls launched by Evil Eye and gives Evil Eye the bouncing of a lifetime. In midair, Evil Eye launches his playhouse, but Okarun dodges it at the speed of light and brings out his inner Granny Turbo, hard launches him into the ground, and goes full throttle for the final attack.
KO!
Oh, our boy's cooked. He can't transform again because he only has a total limit of 2 full throttles, and he already did once when fighting the ghost of Sam Smith a few minutes before fighting Evil Eye. The others can come and help, but it's guaranteed that they're gonna have to exorcise Evil Eye, removing any chance of the ghost redeeming himself. With his knees shaking from fear, barely able to stand straight while being so close to the 6'4" giant monster threatening and demanding him for another fight. What will Takakura Ken do?
やだね。弱い者いじめはしたくない。
Huh? And he just keeps on going with the insults, rage baiting him. And just like when a landlord has a struggling single mother as their tenant, Okarun took advantage of Evil Eye's naivety, saying that he'd only fight him if he got stronger. Evil Eye agrees to get stronger, and Okarun further adds that he doesn't really feel like fighting him if he was gonna fight anyone else other than Okarun himself. Evil Eye agrees again to only fight Okarun, but Okarun calls him out on what he had said earlier about how he wanted to kill all humans, and also added that he has school, so Evil Eye has to agree to fight him only once a week on a Tuesday after school. And with that, Evil Eye double confirms that he will not kill anyone else and will only fight Okarun on a Tuesday after school. And to make sure Evil Eye keeps his end of the bargain, he takes off his f***ing underwear because there are many souls residing in that doesn't really agree with Okarun's conditions of not killing anyone. And with that, Evil Eye is gone for now. And so, that's how Okarun mastered the art of rage baiting. The build up to the story and the fight was really f***ing good, and I really missed the character interactions after season 1's ending, and I'm glad to say that the newest season is pulling it off spectacularly. And I'm especially loving the romance aspect of this anime. It makes me flap my legs like an amateur learning how to swim for the first time. I'm amateur. But unfortunately, I'll have to end this video here, and if you enjoyed me rambling about Dandadan, do subscribe and comment on what you guys thought about the newest episode of Dandadan, or if you want me to talk about some other anime too. Till next time, bye.
I'ma tell that hoe I really love you like it one. But that hoe